Are you watching Talking About? I'm John Griffith. Car is not with me because it's a strange time and we're not in the same city right now. So just trying to roll through this on my own. And I'm joined by the magic of video chat with someone very familiar to the show. Aris, welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, John, nice to see you again. I'm not used to being on the phone when I'm seeing you. This is a new experience, but I'm glad we're still talking.
Yeah, I know. Imagine the situation that the world is in as it might have been 100 years ago during the flu pandemic if people had been isolating at that point and doing the whole social distancing without the technology, and you're just kind of holed up with one, two, or no people to chat with, and it must have been very isolating at the time.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why people gravitated to such deep, thick novels. You see a lot of great literary works come out of those times. And so maybe we'll see something different happen this time, but with video, like it's happening right now.
That could very well be. I mean, hopefully, you've seen it in many ways bring out the best in people, and the worst in some people, but for the most part, the best in people. You see features in the news of people doing random acts of kindness and things like that. And hopefully that'll continue. And hopefully, once this is over, and hopefully that is brief, that kindness continues, and that sense of unity and family will spill over for as long as possible.
Yes, that would be the blessing out of all this. I think I know actually the way that we as a collective were moving was sort of intertwined, ever connected, but not really connected at all because no one really was craving. Oh, look, my cat wants to be a star right now. I'm gonna see that through the crop. Thanks,
Very nice.
Foxy. Gotta love it. Live video here. We'll leave him there. Maybe it'll be entertaining as time goes on. But yeah, it's especially now more than ever that we're not able to connect in person. I think we're craving that very strongly, very, very intimately in a way where, probably a month ago, less people were inclined to get on a video chat. And I probably was one of those people for whatever reason. I'm more of an in-person type of person or a phone call type of person.
People and now we're craving connection.
Yeah, yeah. But we're blessed that we have technology that can do this for us. I mean, this is one of the blessings, especially if you think about some people family members that couldn't see each other right now because they might be isolating. They still have this ability. They can keep in touch, and of course, friends and colleagues and all that the levels of that as well. But for family, I'm sure it's integral right now.
Yeah, it keeps you with something of a feeling of connecting. I mean, nothing replaces a good hug, but at least you can see your family, you can see your friends, and you're much less isolated.
Most definitely, most definitely. How are you? You're in Florida?
I'm in Florida. I mean, I'm very fortunate. We have a little bit of green space behind our condo, so I have a little container garden that keeps me out of trouble, and I'm getting some good tomatoes and other veggies right now. So I'm occupied with that. If I need to get out of the inside, I can at least go out back and walk around and not stumble across other people.
Yes, yes, that's a great thing. I was actually talking with someone earlier today, and I was saying anyone who has a garden right now, I hope that they're planting because if we've got to be isolated, but we have some dirt, it's a great time to get our hands in the soil. As you know, I'm in the epicenter in New York here in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
So not a lot of backyard situation for me right now, but I have a garden going on my fire escape, so it's something.
It's something. If nothing else, you can get some herbs going,
Yeah,
and yeah, string beans are easy as it gets warmer up there.
yeah, most definitely.
And you're fairly busy with your music as well. I know you're getting ready to put some new stuff out later in the year, and you've got a few pieces that have been out for a couple months, but they're still relatively new. So you've got a lot going on and working for you right now.
Yeah, this time has provided me with a lot more time to be creative, which is a wonderful blessing that I'm gifted with right now. In particular, spending time at home. This is where my home studio is, so it's creation central. You're looking at it. So no time on the subway means more time in the studio. So exponentially, it's worked out really well. It's been really an adjustment for sure. I'm one of the New York City gig workers that you hear about when they talk about the stimulus bill and gig workers, and that economy that really New York has been built on, where there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things to either have more flexibility with their life, or just because they need many hands, many irons in the fire at the same time. So it's been very different to be home all the time and have so much time to be creative. In particular, with this new album that I'm working on, I had been working on it for a while, about a year and a half. I'd been slowly writing and recording it. And I had intended to put it out later this year, but I wasn't really sure when I'd have the time to really focus on it in terms of getting in and doing the final punch-ins and the mixing and the mastering, and writing a couple more songs just to round it out. And then, well, I'm home for now, I guess, a month, and
Right.
probably another month or two or three, or but we'll see. We'll see how long it's going to be. But yeah, it's been the one blessing in this time, is that it's allowed me to be very prolific.
Right. I mean, I've spoken with some other artist friends, and they're doing similar things, and a lot of people are doing live streams just to not only for their own benefit, but to help liven up people's lives at this time, and then that's it's wonderful to have those gifts to be able to share.
Yeah, and I think it's again one of those blessings that comes out of social media, where there's a lot of negativity, but right now what we're seeing on live streams and this Instagram live feature where you have two people talking at the same time, or Zoom calls, is that we can
Mhm.
all be together without having to be in the same room. And sometimes it works really well, and sometimes there's like a 5 second lag. I don't know if you've been watching The View, but it's been really funny watching those women be on a Zoom call trying to like operate like they're at a table together, especially Joy Behar. It's very, very, it's must see TV for me every day. I catch up on that. I'm going to enjoy an adult beverage tonight with you. I
Oh,
hope that's
okay.
okay.
Well, I have my seltzer with me, so
There's seltzer in here somewhere as well.
yeah.
So
Cheers. But yeah, well, Joy is the senior member of the group, so she's probably got the least experience with technology. But yes, coping with lags, and yeah, if you have the earpiece, so you have the producer, you have the lag from the producer, and you're trying to carry on a conversation, and they're stepping over each other, which
they're
makes
always stepping over each other on the views. So like, if anything, they're actually being more respectful now. But it is funny. They're like, me, oh no, go ahead, no, oh. So yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. But yeah, aside from watching the view and drinking, I guess, and being creative, I still am promoting my last album, which I think that we've chatted about for sure. The
Mhm.
lead single, the title track from that album, Love, features Paula Cole.
Mhm.
And I don't know if we've rolled the clip yet, or we're going to roll the clip, but we have the music video for Love,
Yeah.
which would be new to the Talking About audience. I haven't made it by with this one yet.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's she's someone who you have a very solid working relationship with. You have
Um,
you have a good
that'd
history.
be a very kind, blessed way of talking about it. Yes. I am still in my head the ultimate fanboy. So it's you hearing you say that, I can't 100% process it still, but yeah, I've been a fan of hers for many years. In the mid to late '90s, the Lilith Fair movement, that music was very impactful to me as an artist. Kind of laid the blueprint for me, the kind of sonic vision that I was going to create for myself. And in particular, her album "This Fire" was very inspirational to me, and I was a fan for many years. And um, she started touring again maybe 10 years ago, and started releasing stuff independently, and was a little bit more connected with her fans. Got to meet her a bunch of times, and then eventually had the opportunity to perform with her, to do a tribute to my mom, which Yes, that was a very amazing, powerful experience, and was the inspiration for the track "Love" that we're going to listen to and watch the video for.
Okay. And well, let's take a look at it right now. Yeah, it seems someone you have a good rapport with, and that's wonderful from your beginnings of the Fanboy perspective to to becoming a peer.
Again, still fanboy in my mind, but it's wonderful to hear the word peer. Very blessed and grateful for the opportunity, for sure.
So, and a lot of your music comes from, yeah, well, as much a lot of music does, it comes from a very deep space within you. Yeah, just knowing you and seeing your life play out online sometimes, as we all do these days. Um, you know, from the highs of life to the lows of life and the emotional places that it brings you, you can see it 6 months later in whatever project you put out, whether it's the Heartbreak album or the Joy of Love album, or a combination of everything, you know, the the blessings that are bestowed upon you or the great losses. And that's something that connects me with an artist, and it connects me with your work very much as well.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, it is very true that music for me is my therapy and my emotional expression, and I write from a very autobiographical place. So, 90% of the stuff that I put out or that you hear from me is it happened to me. 10% of the time, us artists kind of like weave some extra stuff into there, or writing from a different perspective. But I would say the especially on the new album that I'm working on now, it's very, very autobiographical. And social media allows us to be very autobiographical. And you and me have been friends for, I don't know, a better part of a decade now. So,
It goes by so fast.
right? But we still look so good. But you've seen my ups and downs, and I've been through a breakup or two in the last decade, and wasn't shy about it on social media. For me, that honesty has always been a strength. It's been a way to connect and to allow myself to feel better by expressing what I'm going through, and also to connect with other people that might be going through something similar. And I'm writing a lot on this album with that in mind. My last album, Love, the one that we watched the video from, is primarily a dance album, so there's a lot of dance songs, and they range from party anthem and uplifting to breakup dance music and maybe some heavier themes. But I didn't let my guard down as much as I have on this new album, and I wasn't writing like it was my journal. I was trying to write something more universal. With this one, I'm just writing about the pain that I've been through, like the loss of my mom. The grieving process was a long one for me, and it was a learning process for sure. And I think the biggest thing that I learned about it was we're all going to go through grief at some point, some of us many, many times. And when you're going through it, you feel so alone. And the whole process is so taboo that we don't really talk about it. We don't know how to talk about it. But that's something that can be broken and demystified by, again, connection and an open heart and willingness to share your personal story, to try to find common ground with other people. So again, that's what the music is about this time. There's lots of stories about my own personal experience with loss and grief, and how do you move on after you miss someone so much. There's songs about self-care, mental health, learning how to identify triggers, which is a really powerful thing in our lives. Finding hope and inspiration through heartache and through troubling times, like we're going through right now. Like
Right.
it's dark right now, but it's not dark forever. And
Not dark
this new
forever.
album, no, this new album that I'm working on is exactly about that. It's called Through the Storms, and the title track is very much about what's going on during these times right now. It's about the feelings of isolation and loneliness, and the world not looking like how you expected it to look like, and your dreams kind of not coming into fruition like you expected them to, and where you go from there, and how do you still find hope. So I'm excited about that one. I'm going to be putting that out sometime in the next month or two. I'm crowdfunding right now for that album. It's something that I do for a couple of my projects in the last couple of years. It's been beneficial to me because it's allowed me to connect with a lot of new fans, and it's been also a way to help sell different experiences and bring value to music in an era where like we're streaming more and more. It's hard for independent artists to actually recoup the money we put into our music, and it's been a way to keep the boat sailing and the music coming out with some frequency, which I've been very blessed for. I'm very grateful to people that have believed in me enough to contribute in the last crowdfunder for the album Love, and in this new one. We're already at 25% of the goal. And so because of that, that means the single will be out very soon, and the rest of the album will follow later this year. So I'm really excited about that.
Okay, and are the links for being a patron on your social media or on your website, or where can people find out how to support you as an artist?
Yes, I'm all over social media. Many links, many places. I like to throw the official website in there first because I collect all the links to for easy access, and that's www.aris.fm, ARIS.fm, like frequency module. And I'm on social media on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and not on TikTok yet, but you never know. This pandemic, it's probably going to happen. Yeah, and the GoFundMe is up right now. It'll be up until the summertime, and at that point, I probably will be finished with the album. And however much we've raised, it's gonna go toward the completion and the production of the album. Trying to figure out right now if there's going to be some sort of physical product. For me, we're not in that physical age right now, but a couple fans actually have asked specifically if there's going to be something pressed, so I'm trying to figure it out if I can fulfill that for them since they back the projects. I'd like to, even if I'm pressing it myself. And yeah, it's going to be available in different formats either way, and I'll be releasing a few singles between now and the fall. And the first one, like I think I mentioned, would be out about a month or so.
Okay, so late spring, early summer.
Mm.
Okay, and once we're out of the house, will there be a mini tour or a full-fledged tour, or just a
I was
few
joking
days?
about this actually the other day with someone. Like, what is that going to look like now? We're not really sure yet. Obviously, it's a tentative time. If I have to sing with a mask on, I guess I'll figure out a way to do it. That could open up a whole different avenue of exploration and artistic freedom. You know, and like what different masks for different songs could be cool. Hope to not be able to have to do that, but yeah, it will depend on a couple factors. It's a little tentative right now, especially in New York. We're not sure when we're going to be able to gather in groups. And at that point, booking and what that will look like and touring will depend on everyone's health and safety and security. Either way, I'm going to be doing more live performances through social media, on Facebook Live, Instagram Live. I'm going to be in the summertime recording a band set that will be distributed through those channels as well. So there'll be live performances from this album, and before I can probably get out on the road and do it myself. But yes, that would be the plan. And the GoFundMe will have an option for people to come to hopefully a premiere show. Again, that's tentative right now because we don't know if there will be premiere shows by the time the album has premiered, but it will happen. It's TBD.
It'll happen. I mean, you could also do
Virtual show.
A virtual show, but for specific fans only. So
Yeah.
Time will tell. It all depends on what our reality is. Say whether there's one big hump or a lot of little humps until there's a vaccine or whatever, and we can resume our lives. But in the interim, our lives are very much changed for the foreseeable future.
Yes, I feel that, and I'm sure we're all feeling that. And the good thing is that we don't have to change completely because of it. We can still, hold on to the things that we cared about and loved before, and the things that maybe we didn't have as much time to focus on: family, creativity, an art project, fixing something up around the house, or exploring a love for cooking or baking, or pestering your animal that you don't get to spend enough time with, like this little fur ball behind me. spent a lot of time with him, but I'm always grateful for more time. Yeah, any of that stuff. This is a good time to get back to yourself. So
Hmm.
I'm hoping people are taking time to do that and not just watch the 24-hour news cycle, which I am guilty of myself. I watch quite a bit of the channels that you might expect. What do you think? What is it? Is it Fox? Is it CNN? What am I watching? You know,
Masumbasa.
come on.
It's the Masumbasa channel.
I'm watching varied amounts of TV, and it's
Mm.
mostly Hulu right now. To be honest, I've watched the Joe Exotic documentary. I'm sure everyone else has too, so this is not surprising to you. But I'm very curious to know what happened to Carol Baskin's husband. It's very fishy, you know. Like, where is he? Where is he? Like, is he in Costa Rica? Is he? Has he hidden in some underground layer, like in the movie Parasite? Like, what's going on? I need to know.
And we may find out, we may not. Who knows?
We're gonna find out. Because did you hear there is going to be a follow-up series on I think it's called ID channel, and it's all about the disappearance of Carol
Okay.
Baskin's husband.
It's investigation discovery.
That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for that. But
I
you know,
like that I'm promoting this show and not my own music. It's good. Yeah. Watch the disappearance of Carol Baskin's husband this fall on, what is it? Investigation
investigation
Discovery.
discovery.
Okay. They're not going to hire me just yet to do those lead-ins, but you never know.
You know, you might get the voiceover work.
Cool. I
Oh
can
yeah.
record it. I got time.
We all do, but I want to implore the viewers to take the time to check out Aris's music. There's a lot of great stuff that's out now, and there's a lot of great stuff, as we've been talking about, coming out very soon. The website is aris.fm, and links to all the social media are there. And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule, such as it is right now.
Were you going to say busy schedule?
Uh,
Yes. You know, I wasn't sure if I would have the time between the hours that I'm spending in the living room and the bedroom and the kitchen, but I squeezed you in, and I'm grateful for you as well, John. You've been
well, thank you
amazing
for
support to me
postponing your
over the
trip to the living
years.
room.
Yes. Well, actually, this is the studio now, but yeah, but seriously, you've been a fantastic support to me and my music over the years, and I really appreciate all of that.
Well, I believe in you, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, and I want to thank you for watching. There's more shows. You can check out some of the previous stuff that we did with Aris, or a whole bunch of other stuff, the good, the bad, and the ugly. www.talkingabout.info will take you right to our YouTube page, which has over 100 segments up there. So please check that out. I'm John Griffith. Hopefully I'll be reunited with Cara soon, but she is doing well. And I will, and hopefully we will see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye, y'all. Talking about.